everybody, it's Roxanne, and I know most of you are used to seeing me teach spin, but I'm also a certified Qigong teacher, and so I'm here to share about a 15-20 minute Qigong practice with you today. And what I would suggest is if you like this practice and want to make it longer, just do each of the moves a little bit longer. I'm going to shorten and condense this so we can get through the beginning, kind of activating our Qi, warming up our body with some breathing exercises, and then we want to stretch those meridian lines so we really open up those channels, those super highways that run through our body, and then we'll go into a flow. So if you do want to make it longer, you could just make each of these sections a little bit longer. So for those of you that might be new to Qigong, Qi just means energy, life force energy, and then Gong means to skillfully work. So it just means that we're going to work on, working with our energy in a skillful way. And I really think of Qigong as a preventative health care. So there's a saying in China that goes something like this: don't dig your well while you're dying of thirst, which essentially means take care of yourself every day. Don't wait till you're sick and then go and start to take care of yourself. So it's a really great daily practice to incorporate, and particularly if you have a meditation practice, it's nice to do a little bit of Qigong and then move into that practice. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So let's just go ahead and goalpost our arms here. Just create a goalpost. And then feet, I know you can't see my feet in this video. I'm recording from my phone. But feet are going to stay on the ground planted. If you have any knee injuries, feel free to just lift that heel up a little bit and protect that knee. But what we're trying to do here is get into a nice spinal twist, just opening up the spine here to start with. Good, and I invite you to put on any music you might like that kind of brings you into the present moment. Qigong, the quickest way, of course, to build Qi is to work with the breath. So feel free to close your eyes, start to go inside here, get grounded, arrive here at practice. Good, and then just lower the arms a little bit more. Again, one of the principles of Qigong is moving from the center. So we want to make sure that the movement is originating from our center. Good, and then we're going to go down and move right into what's called knocking on the door of life. So the door of life is directly behind the navel point on our back. Good. So just go ahead and tap, creating some light fists here. In Qigong, there's lots of tapping to activate pressure points. Good. Again, moving from the waist, from the hips here. Good, now go ahead, we're gonna knock right under our collarbone here. So opening up these lung points, and I want you to take a nice deep breath. And then as you exhale, go ahead, exhale through the mouth, letting it all go. Feel free to slow this down. You don't need to go at my pace. Essence over form here in Qigong. So it's not about forcing our body to do something. It's about meeting ourselves where we're at today. Good, and then open up that fist and go ahead and tap right over the shoulder. Give yourself a little pat on the back. Wow, I'm noticing my green shirt and the green on my walls is clashing a little bit. My apologies for that. Good, so this move here brings blood and right into the brain. So if you've got some decisions you need to make, this helps some of that clear thinking. Good, come back down to the chest, tapping on those lung points again. The other arm's still tapping on that door of life. Good, and then I want you to come all the way back down. Good, and then just drop right into what we call water waves. So again, feet are firmly planted on the ground, and now I invite you to close your eyes. Really start to arrive here in the present moment. Our body is always in the present moment. That's why getting into the body is a great way to drop into the present. If you set an intention, now's a good time to do that, whether it's just a word or an image. Good. And moving right into spinal cord breathing. So we're going to make light fists. I'm going to turn sideways for this. And we're going to go ahead as we open up the front of the spine. We're going to kind of ducktail our bum out a little bit, all right? So inhaling, and you can look up if that feels comfortable. And then rounding down, tucking the tailbone. Good. Opening up the chest, inhaling, exhaling down. Good. Inhaling up. Spinal articulation here. Good. Imagine your spine is like seaweed in the ocean here. Even if you're not feeling the articulation here, just imagine it, because the brain doesn't actually know how to differentiate between something you're visualizing and something that's actually happening. Good. Inhaling and exhaling and inhaling and exhaling down. Good. So let's move into, again, you can do all these movements a little bit longer. I'm trying to keep this a little bit more condensed. Often we tap or knock on our bodies. So right now, as we're all home, sheltering in place, everybody's interested in immunity points. So there's a couple great immunity points. If you take your 3 fingers on the inside of your wrist, this point here is great for emotional balance. So just kind of putting some pressure on that point is a great way to just start to open up that heart center, that emotional center here. And then if you turn your hand over, your arm over, 3 fingers up from the wrist, this one's great for building immunity. So we call these our inner gates and our outer gates. And so just tapping on those inner gates and outer gates, you're building emotional balance, emotional immunity, right, from taking on other people's emotions. And then you're building physical immunity, right? So our Wei Qi, what we call our Wei Qi. Okay, so this is a way you can just kind of activate these points, walk around the house doing this. People may look at you strange, but that's okay. Good, and then knocking on your kidney points is another great way to just activate that kidney energy. Our kidney energy is really is what grasps the qi. So the lungs bring the qi in, and then the kidneys hold on to it. And then we distribute it through the body. Good. Good. Okay, so let's go into something called the pump. So I didn't do a lot of breathing technique with you at the beginning, but the pump, what we're going to do is, this is more of a purging action. So we're going to exhale through our mouth. We're going to inhale through our nose. So the pump looks like this. We're going to go arms up, knees are relatively straight. In Qigong we say straight, not straight. And then as you come back, you're pumping your legs, and then as your arms come behind you, legs are straight again. Okay, so it's this pumping action that has a rhythm to it. All right, so we inhale, and as we exhale, exhale through the mouth. Good. Nice strong exhale here, getting rid of any old qi, bringing new qi in here. So good, nice inhale, opening up the lungs, and then sending that energy back to the kidneys. Good, now you can make this faster if you want to build more heat, or you can slow it down. and slowing it down. So you might feel a little bit of tingling or vibration there. That's a great one to cleanse and clear. Get rid of whatever you don't need for today. Okay, let's go on to the tiger now. So tiger's great for lumbar spine. If you sit all day, this is a really great lower back opener. So we can get our tiger claws out, have a little bit of fun here. As we inhale, we draw up, and then as we exhale, think about dropping down to the earth. Now again, come as low as comfortable, and then you're coming back up, drawing that earth energy back up, that yin energy, and then coming back down, exhaling. Good, inhaling and exhale. Exhale can be through the mouth if you're kind of getting rid still. Can be through the nose if you're building internal heat more. Good. Good, one more time. Exhale down. Hands come out, cross at those inner gates, warding off anybody's emotions that you're not wanting to take on, and then coming out with your tiger claws. Good. I want to teach you something called water buffalo. This is a great posture for really building strength in the legs and internal heat. And you can do it if you're just kind of feeling like you don't have a lot of energy. This is a great one just to do, in the middle of the day as a one-off. So water buffalo, there's 3 different levels. I'm going to start with level 1 here. So level 1, your hands are going to be right above your knees, okay? This is great. Stay here. Level 2, you actually come down and your elbows come right above your knees. But again, you see how flat my back is? We want to keep a flat back. Level 3, most challenging, is you let go, and arms, here I'll stand up here so you can see, are going to be straight down, right? So then you're really building some fire here. Now, the breathing with water buffalo is kind of a fanning the fire. So it's like this. As I'm exhaling, my belly is coming back to my spine. The inhale is happening naturally. So don't worry about the inhale, but the exhale is a forced exhale. Okay, so we're really building some heat here. So water buffalo, I'll go ahead and do it straight now. Looks like this. So come down, whichever position you're gonna work in. Now, kind of tighten up the abs. We want to protect that lower back. If here is where you're working, that's great. If you decide to come here, that's great. Next, going to be neutral. You're going to be looking at the floor, so keep the neck neutral. If you're going to work here, that's great too. And then we fan that fire with that breath. So we go. Good, and then we place our hands back on our knees and slowly, ever so slowly, because you're gonna feel it going right to your head there, stand up. Good, you'll kind of feel that energy. And then we're gonna pull down the heavens here. So pulling down the heavens, inhaling, and then exhaling, letting all that energy through that upper, middle, lower dantian. Good. Exhale down. One more time. Pull down the heavens. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Now, I would suggest you do that at least one more time. We're going to move on again for the just keeping this more condensed. But go ahead and do water buffalo one more time. So I want to teach you a basic flow here. So as we activate the chi and we get rid of the old chi, then we move into what we call flow, right? So then kind of the chi is moving us. So the 5-element flow is a very foundational flow to Qigong. So I'd like to share that one with you today. So we're going to start with the moving flow for the lungs. Right? Lungs are associated with the element metal, the metal element. And they're associated with the fall, the season of fall. So go ahead and hold your hands right in front of your body. And we're going to inhale. As we inhale, kind of making a wave breath, belly, chest, and then a slight pause here. Exhale, chest, belly, and a slight pause. Good. Inhale. And exhale down. This one's called Buddha Holds Up the Earth. Good. Inhale. And exhale down. Inhale. And exhale down. Good. And the standing posture then for the lungs is just having the palms. The palms are incredible conduits for energy, right? So we want the palms to kind of be facing these lung points, right? Our lung meridian goes from here, and then it goes down the inside of the arm, right into the end of the thumb. So that's our lung meridian. So go ahead and just point those palms, towards those lung points. Closing the eyes, and you can imagine a healing white light. The color for the lungs is white. Just imagine the lungs filling up, front of the lungs, back of the lungs, with this healing white light. Good. And letting go there. Very nice. Good. So we're going to go ahead and we'll move into the kidneys. So the kidneys are associated with the element of water. The healing color is blue, kind of a deep blue. And it's more of a yin, it's a yin organ. All of these are yin organs associated with the winter. Okay, so this one's called the fountain. So the back of the hands are going to come together. We're going to hinge slightly from our hips. And as we come with our back of our hands coming together, we're coming right up the kidney meridian, which runs up the body and then out with our hands here. So creating this lovely fountain, we inhale and exhale down. Hinging, inhale and exhale. Finding that relaxation. So just noticing if you're holding tension anywhere, start to let it go. Relax into this movement. Flow like water. Good. Exhale one more time. Inhaling. And exhaling down. Good. And then the standing posture for the kidneys, I'll turn, is you're kind of holding a beach ball here behind that door of life. Of course, your kidney points are up here a little bit higher. And I want you to close your eyes. Now, just be careful the shoulders aren't coming up. We want relaxation here in our standing postures. Close your eyes, and again, imagine this healing blue light now right into the kidneys. Kidneys manage our hormones, our adrenals. Good. Just imagining that healing blue light right into the kidneys. Good. And then dropping down. And then we'll move to the liver. So the liver, of course, located here on your right side. The movement is called tree swaying in the wind. So the breathing it's a little bit more complicated. So as you're turning from the hips and the waist, you're inhaling up the midline of the body, Good, and then the fingers are coming to the crown of the head here. Can you see me? And then we're coming out kind of like that fountain move again. So let's go the other way here. So we're turning, inhaling up the midline, pointing to the crown of the head, and then exhaling down. Good. So nice sturdy base. Good. So the wood element is associated with the liver. So wood, all about resiliency and flexibility. So the tree, kind of this sturdy root, you know, the sturdy trunk, and then the branches are able to be flexible and blow in the wind. And exhale down, inhaling. And then the standing posture for the liver is embrace a tree. So I want you to firmly think about your stance here a little bit. So feet are hip distance apart. And then I don't want you to tuck your tailbone, but just think about drawing the tailbone down to the ground. Crown of the head is reaching up towards the sky. And then the arms are coming out. But again, we don't want this. We want this nice relaxed posture here. Elbows are slightly bent, pointing down. And then you can just, again, close your eyes. Healing color for the liver is green. And the liver and wood element are associated with the springtime. So we're in that time frame right now. Liver is in charge of our eyes. It's in charge of our creativity, our vision. You can even just imagine hugging a tree here. We've got this synergistic relationship with the trees. That's why we always feel so wonderful when we're in the trees. Dropping that down and moving right to the heart. So the heart element is associated with summer. And again, you're going to keep your feet can be hip width distance apart again. This one's called cloudy hands. So let's take our right arm, and we're going to take our right arm and kind of reach it across our body like we're gathering up energy. And then we're bringing it right into that heart center. So palm is facing the heart. And as that's happening, this other arm is coming here, and then there's a switching that happens, right? And so now the left arm is coming across. Good. Now, I want you to think about, again, I'm kind of moving quickly through these moves, but think about first initiating the move from the waist, right? And then the arms are kind of following along here. Breathing is normal. Bringing in whatever you need into that heart center. So loving joy, compassion, kindness. This one's got a really nice rhythm just to close your eyes. Again, essence over form here. Don't get too hung up if you don't look just like me. Just kind of find that place. Let the breath just be your guide here. Good. Good. And then if we just come to our standing posture, which is Buddha holds up the golden urn. So we're just going to flex the the wrist back ever so slightly, and then we're going to bring those palms up to receive that yang energy. Again, the heart meridian is running right on the inside of this arm here. So imagine this healing kind of red light right into the heart center. You can close your eyes. Good. Feel that healing light right into the palms. Good. And then coming down. And then lastly, we're going to move to the spleen. So stomach and spleen located on the left here. And the healing color is yellow. And the movement is called Pebble in a Pond. So this is the last of the 5 elements. So the breathing is, we're going to hold here on an inhale. So we're going to take a nice inhale. As we exhale, we hinge forward again. Arms come out. And then we inhale here. So then it's an exhale. You can imagine kind of this pond that you're standing in. And as your arms come out, you're just rippling across the top of that, seeing the ripples come out all around you. Good. The spleen can sometimes hold worry or anxiety. So we want to transform that to open-mindedness, peace and tranquility. So Qigong is a really great practice for transforming some negative emotions into positive. Good. Exhaling out, inhaling in. Associated with the earth element here. Here. Good. And then the standing posture for the earth element, stomach or spleen, is palms are just going to be down. So they're just facing the earth. And again, that healing color is kind of a golden sunlight or a yellow. So you can imagine that healing light right into the palms or right into that spleen. Feeling rooted here. Good. Good. And so that is the 5-element flow. I want to just close. Let's just do a little bit of centering here. So hands can come to this is what we call the lower dantian here. So let's just do a little centering. So we're going to inhale, bringing that right arm up, and then exhale right down the midline of the body. Good, and then inhale, and exhale down the midline. And exhale. One more time, inhale and exhale. And then just placing those hands right over the lower dantian, right over your belly button. Closing your eyes, and then you can let your upper body just gently rock and sway, feeling nice and rooted in the ground. And then go ahead and open your eyes. And I greatly appreciate you joining me. If you have any questions, you can certainly reach out to me about any of the postures. Like I said, this is an abbreviated version, so feel free to just extend those, or if you like one, do it longer than the others. That's great. And have a great day. Thanks.